What's going on, everybody? I go by the name Broadway Blake, CEO and founder of Vibes in the City. Vibes in the City is a platform that provides opportunities for up-and-coming creatives, up-and-coming artists, mainly in hip hop, R&B, spoken word, all genres. We represent all genres, but most of our base is hip hop. But this conversation today is about creatives creating in a crisis. 2020 has definitely been crazy, unpredictable from the beginning. Yeah. And it's still getting crazy. Two people that's joined into this virtual conversation right now is CEO and founder of the Social Tour, CEO and founder of EvoluCulture. And I'm gonna let y'all, pretty much just introduce, give a quick introduction.
Introduction.
A quick introduction of yourselves, and we're gonna rock out.
Okay. My name is Brandon Avery. I'm the founder of the Social Tour, which is a travel networking company that hosts networking events. So and a whole bunch of other stuff I'm sure we'll get into.
Check 1, 2. What's good, y'all? I'm Sean Battle, founder and the CEO of EvoluCulture Ventures. Our mission is to hold space for artists and arts lovers who need it through events such as Evolution Dope and Mic, the Let Artists Be Poetry Slam, as well as our virtual events such as Be New with Evolu, our mental health check-in session. We recently launched our website and apparel, EvoluCulture.com, in celebration of our 6th anniversary. I'm also a poet and author.
Nice. I see my man Eugene T. Barnes just jumped in.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's going on? So basically, what we doing right now, just a brief introduction. We just got started. So this is Eugene T. Barnes, comedian that I linked up with a few years ago, and still rocking out. So if you want to just give a brief intro to who you are, what you do.
Dope. Dope. Thanks for having me, Eugene T. Barnes. And typical Blake fashion, he invited me like 20 minutes before this started. So
hey.
Talk about it. So,
hey man, it's part of my brand. That's part of the Broadway Blake brand, not the Vibes of the City brand, the Broadway Blake brand. Last minute,
Nah. I appreciate my guy, man. Love the movement. Always Vibes in the City. Like you said, we hooked up a couple years ago and been rocking ever since. Produced a couple of shows and stuff. We working, always trying to work on some more stuff between everything we got going on. I'm a stand-up comedian. Been doing comedy about 8 years. I've been at it like full time for the past like 3 or so. So I do like corporate events, host different events around, do weddings and that kind of thing. I run a production company with my wife, Aswan Entertainment, where we produce different art events, comedy, music, poetry, anything like that. Just out here.
Nice.
Trying to live a dream. That's
hey man, gotta figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Gotta figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so where can we start this? Basically, how's everybody doing? Like, right now, how you feeling? We can start with Brandon.
I'm feeling pretty good, I'm feeling pretty good, it's chillax, got some wine, so ending the day off. It's a hard day at work, so it was productive, so it deserves a nice way to mellow it down.
Sweet. Sean Battle.
Get back to me after October 16th. Right now, I'm actually in grind mode, gearing up for I'll just talk about it right here real quick. Because of the pandemic, the Lincoln Park Music Festival, which is normally in July, is this week, and it's virtual. And for the first time ever, even though they've had poets perform on stage before, particularly for Hip Hop Day, they are doing a whole poetry day that EvoluCulture has curated. Thursday, October 15th is the first ever poetry day. The poets are kicking off the festival, EvoluCulture is kicking off the festival, and I'm just getting some last minute details finalized, and just in constant like moving in my head until the event is done. Something I haven't felt since March with everything that's happened.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. And like you said, piggybacking on the Lincoln Park, you know, last year was our first year involved with the Lincoln Park Festival, and this year we were invited again to curate for the hip hop segment of it. So trust me, I know exactly.
So back for another year too.
I know exactly how you're feeling right now, man. You know, and
it's gonna be virtual, right?
Yes.
Yep. It's gonna be virtual this year. So
it'll be streamed on LincolnParkMusicFestival.com, and it'll be streamed from our website as well, EvoluCulture.com.
Okay. Nice. I'm pretty sure
that was a turn out. Is it going to be on YouTube as well?
VMO, mostly. No YouTube. Yeah. But because Facebook's on some bullshit, we're streaming it straight from the website. We're recommending everybody head to the sites.
Okay. So,
what is Facebook doing to block you?
Ever since October 1st, if you're trying to be on some D-nice shit, they will block you. They will silence you. You can't create live musical experiences. Because of this, it's left a lot of stuff up to chance. Like it's left it to just haphazard to the point where it's not even worth trying to stream music on there anymore.
It's crazy. It's a lot of restrictions. A lot of restrictions now.
Your volume, Blake.
My bad. Can you hear me?
Bad.
We can hear you, but you're low.
Yeah, super low.
Done, Avin. See,
I can hear you at all.
Trying to get them already. What the hell? It's not even streamed on Facebook.
Right?
What is going on?
They heard you. They heard you tell them they had to cut it out. It was like, no, we about to edit this real like editors. Wow, we still can't hear you, Blake, but we be all right. So basically, yeah. So I mean, Facebook has been doing that. It's kind of weird. But that's on them. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to YouTube. They're gonna use the VMO. They're gonna use the Blue Sales guys. So I mean, at least there's another platform for us to bring things to. We just did a live stream on YouTube. It went pretty well. So we didn't have any issues, but it was mostly original music. So it's a little bit different.
Dope.
Yeah, Blake, I think you gotta. I think check your mic. Make sure your mic's not on. A live stream. I'll hit you when I'm done.
Right. Yo, can you hear me now? No, still nothing.
Get it back.
Love it.
They're really low.
I'm gonna turn mine up. That's not working.
Nothing.
We can hear you, but you're just low.
Yeah, you got a little louder, I think.
Okay. Hold on.
There we go.
There you
There we
go.
go. Now you're back.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Word. Yes. Eugene, how you feeling? Man? How you feeling?
Today I'm good, man. Chilling Sunday. It was pretty lax Sunday, chilling with the fam. Not doing much, but yeah, taking advantage of the downtime. Got something going on. So in the big push to move things digitally, I've been doing that as well. A lot of corporate work right now. There are a lot of people, because people can't make it to offices or whatever, they're like trying to bring comedy to the job. So I've been doing quite a bit of those, a couple of weeks actually.
That's nice.
And then I've been running a virtual stand-up comedy workshop where I teach people comedy and go over like comedy basics and joke structure, all that stuff. So those have been going pretty well. I'm good.
Okay.
Just
Sounds
question
good.
with that, if I can, Eugene, because I've been seeing like a lot of virtual comedy shows, and I haven't been able to attend, but I'm just imagining, especially for stand up, like you need that audience interaction. So how in the world is that working right now on a
It
virtual
is.
Yeah.
scale?
Sometimes it doesn't, Sean. But you just we you know it's not the same. It's not the same. I definitely had to. At first, I vowed like I wouldn't do it, but then it was like, okay, this might not be going away, so let me
Yeah.
try something. You know, so I hopped on a few, you know, did a few minutes. It could be awkward, but you adjust your rhythm and adjust the timing. Like you just
Yeah.
wait a little bit after each punchline for it to reach digitally, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's never gonna be the same, but it's something while we can't be in front of people. So
I guess
yeah,
you can
actually
put it in the retrospect. I guess you can put it in the retrospect as of like the Instagram videos we watch now. If they're funny, people are going to react to them.
yeah,
No one's
yep,
necessarily really in
yep,
front of them when
yep.
they're doing them. So it can kind
That's
of be the
it.
same type of feeling. Yeah.
Same kind of deal. So, you know, if you was funny, he was funny. So I've been doing pretty well on there, you know, as well as you could do. But yeah, it's definitely not the same.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, I can imagine, man. Like, but I mean, you know, we gotta figure it out, right? Gotta,
And that's
because
it.
like,
Definitely. But we're here.
yeah, we here.
It's part of the fun part of it is that
Yes,
we were
sir.
able to
Yep.
sink. You're either going to sink or you're going to float during this time of this COVID. So I
Yeah.
mean, for most people, it has been a better time to think of new crafts and new ideas because we kind of the world was kind of slowed down for us by force. So
Yep.
in some creative ways, that's been a plus, but then in others, there's been a little bit of a challenge. You know,
Yeah.
as far as like people
And,
getting out to be able to do things like come to the events that you guys host or
yep.
see you stand up, and things of that nature. In person is different when you got to make it into a virtual experience.
Nah, definitely. And that's good that you said that, because that's what I was going to kind of lead into. Like what has been like your biggest challenge? Like what has been your biggest challenge like throughout this year, as far as like you know, as a creative.
I mean, this year, especially since with COVID and everything, I think that was the biggest challenge. I'm not really obviously, like,
Obviously,
you know,
yes.
but as a creative, like moving
That
digital,
was.
I was not about that life like at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely did Instagram posts, stuff like that. Only to promote, you know, what I was doing. That was it. Other than that, I wasn't on it. So to have to move, like I had to completely learn Zoom from the ground up. I had never even used it. So, you know, and then like you said, still trying to figure it out and make stuff like translate. And not being able to do stuff live was really, really hard. You felt like the craft was kind of suffering. Like, man, you know, what do I do?
Yeah.
So that, you know, that was definitely, it was tough. But I mean, as far as like, thank God financially, COVID was actually like kind of good to me in a sense, because, you know,
in an
with
odd
the
way. Yeah.
we just we got a lot of, we applied for like everything, all those business relief funds and everything, you know what I mean? And we got quite a bit. So yeah, so I thank God that, you know, financially we didn't really have to skip a beat. Actually probably doing a little bit better than we would have been, just because people wanted to help. People were offering help. So we took it, you know.
And that's crazy, because like that's why, like that's something that we try to like preach to artists who come like to our events. Like, yo, get your business side set up proper, like the proper way, so when these opportunities present themselves, you know, like, okay, like I got a legit business, so
I can give them an EIN number and they can look me up and like
look me up. And I need all that. I need
everything,
like,
every receipt.
Every receipt, man. Yeah.
I'll take dinner. Don't worry. I'll take dinner. Let me get it.
You know, and then I gotta shout out the missus, my better half, because that was all her. She like pushed that through and was like, you know, let's really like do this like a couple years back. Like, let's do it. You know, I'm like, you know, make it official and all that. Did all the paperwork, took care of it. So thankfully, you know, we was able to take advantage of things because of that.
Yeah, and that stuff is really, especially like now, like you can literally learn. Like you can go, if you don't know how to do it, you can go to YouTube University
Yeah.
and figure out how to set up your business like the proper way.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not a bunch. Like I think, you know, especially like in in like the hip hop world, and like as far as like when you up and coming, we like the information is like is not, it's either not there, or we don't even want to. We think it's so hard to like even get these things going.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and I was there probably like in the beginning of my journey as an artist. Like just probably just thinking these things are like not even attainable for us. Like, but then like once I started looking at it, I'm like, oh, this just like,
it's not that bad. Couple forms, you know what I mean? Fill it out, go to a website. We scare ourselves out of it for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I learned that the hard way. I was like, I thought it was all like loans and stuff. So I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I come to find out it wasn't, and it was too late. Being stubborn and shit. Like, nah, I'm good. Nope, I don't want none of that shit. I'm all like, they're gonna try to kid me. Nope, didn't even look into it. Then I talked to I talked to a colleague, and she was like, no, this, that, and the third. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I didn't even know. I didn't take the initiative to look into it. Yeah. So you just miss out.
That's crazy. So what about you, Sean Battle? Sean Battle, like what has been your biggest challenge this year?
My sanity, to be honest. Once everything happened, like everything shut down, we wasn't sure what the world was gonna happen. A lot occurred on our personal front, in that because I was teaching at the same time all this went down.
Okay.
So I got Zoom fatigue very, very quick. And I was already on the outs of no longer teaching. As of June, I am no longer in the profession. I got full-time employment elsewhere, thank God, but it was a time for me to go, and I ended up, all right, so what's next? I gotta focus on my business. I gotta focus on my art at this point. There's no more excuses. So it became alive, okay, what the hell are we going to do? Because we were not about to do a virtual open mic. We seen how janky some of them were. And it was just like, nah, this is not the wave. This is not the wave. I know what we do at our shows just can't be replicated virtually. So it had to be a whole new experience. And it wasn't going to be something that was not going to be as polished as possible. For a short time, we did our we did a virtual talk show called Next Up. And that was like our way to get back into the scheme of things.
Yeah.
I stopped that since then just to reconfigure it. But the biggest win that we've had so far, and I mentioned it earlier, ultimately, everyone on my team decided that we really wanted to focus on the person before the artist and check on how people are doing, because this was a lot on our mental. I said that wherever our mentals are, that was going to get us before the virus did. So we started Renew with Evolu, and that ended up occurring every Thursday. Took a little break to because again we got Lincoln Park and just needed to kind of reset some things.
Focus on that.
But the idea is every Thursday at 7 we get on a Zoom call like this, and we just check in on people, see how they're doing, talk about certain things. It's very informal. Whatever said is there, it stays there. And it's very private, and people are able to lay bare like how they're truly feeling about what's going on in their lives at this point in time. And everything came up, the virus, the protests, all this, whatever was the current topic. So shout outs to my president of EvoluCulture, Treasure Board, for leading the sessions. That's been the biggest thing that we've done outside of Lincoln Park, and it's something that we're going to continue, because it's definitely helped us birth like a separate family or expand the family at EvoluCulture and really expand our reach. So it's definitely been that's been the focus. Again, I got the call from Kim J. Ford about Lincoln Park. I don't want to say too much, but it definitely stretched our capabilities in terms of what we were able to pull off. Definitely proud of what we've been able to pull off. And also, what helped us out tremendously, and Blake, I saw your name in this as well. Shout out to Newark Arts Council for the Creative Catalyst Fund.
Yeah, definitely helped out. Definitely, like, definitely, they came through. They came through. You know, Roz, the city definitely, you know, held down the creatives that, you know, that applied. They had to apply.
And yeah, basically, like when everything hit, a lot of artists lost a lot of income. Yeah. A lot of organizations lost a lot of income. So they put out the Creative Catalyst Fund. Whatever projects had to be shut down, whatever that you planning on doing, once everything starts slowly opening back up, you can apply for it as long as you have that proof that you are about to work. And individual artists, collectives, certain venues, organizations, whoever could qualify. Over 100 entities were picked. Blake, you were one of them. EvoluCulture was recognized as well. So we were able to do that. What's funny about that is, and I'll say it here, we started the brand in October of 2014. We actually have 2 birthdays now, because for the longest time, because I had to build up trust with people and just trust in myself, we were running without paperwork, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, and that was for the longest time. I did a snafu and put EvoluCulture's name as put this on the check, not my own.
Okay.
So finally I went, fuck it. And on July 2nd, I put down the money and finally got the damn paperwork needed. So as of July 2nd, EvoluCulture Ventures LLC is a thing. And we got everything else that we needed. And there's one thing I will say about this pandemic: it forced people to do some shit that they otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And so now, ever since then, it's just been that and just getting out of each other's, getting out of the way, getting out of your own way, because ain't shit normal. So what the fuck is fear?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. Nothing is normal right now. Like nothing. Like this isn't normal. Like, it's just crazy. And that was like probably our biggest challenge too, as far just like trying to, like you said, our platforms need live interaction. Like we gotta mingle. So we tried the virtual open mic. Well, not tried. We did it. You know, we did it for a while. And in the beginning, it was like, okay, it was cool because we were able to like tap into, you know, get people from all over. So it wasn't just like, you know, our main people who came on Wednesdays. We were able to get people joining in from like over the world or whatever. It wasn't not a lot, but you know, enough to be like, just to spark more ideas. Like, okay, this could probably work on a different type of scale. But then it just, you know, as things started to open up a little more, you know, interaction in the virtual open mics, you know, it kind of like dwindled down, you know, because now people was going back outside. So it was like, So, but we, you know, we got back into the swing of things, but that was the biggest challenge in the beginning, just like trying to figure out what's like, where do we fit into this, like, this new space, and like, how do we even create some organic energy, you know, to like, you know, just keep it like natural to what we do. But you know, it definitely sparked some new ideas too. Like, so we did an outdoor event, and it was crazy. 3-day outdoor event that was it was dope, man. Social distancing, everything, mask and all that included. And it turned out that it was like it was something that like we needed, and it felt like with the artists that were there, like it felt like, okay, now we all needed this. Like we needed to get back amongst each other
Yeah.
So you know, get that energy back. So like Brandon, like what like new ideas has this pandemic like forced you into? Like were you able to tap into new things?
Well, no, we were already like digital anyway. That's kind of like the point of it, but it forced us to do some of the things we want to do in the future sooner than we thought, and forced us to learn it, i.e. the virtual event. It sounded so much easier when you thought about it, and I'm like, I just download the software and then I'm gonna let it run itself, and it didn't work out that way. It went horrible because I did some bullshit. That was a quick lesson learned. And then we got it right. So then what it did was, like I said, it just pushed that idea we had for a while to make it closer. We learned from a quick mistake, and then now it was like, okay, it's not so bad. We can do a little bit more of these. That's just to stay relevant. Now that's not gonna necessarily make any income unless it becomes such a demand that you can then make people pay to watch a virtual event, which people are already doing, but they're like way up here. But as far as income, we were able to occupy at 20% capacity here. So we're a little bit more free, but it was still, it's about 500 square feet. So you don't want to be a host for COVID, And you don't want people to suffer. So for the longest, we just shut everything down, and I just met privately with people to maintain income. But then towards the end of August, I said, if I could, it was getting better, and we're gonna, because we can't keep stopping. So we started back to open up the poetry night and the networking events and the paint and sips and all those activities. We're slowly doing it to build it back, but only at maximum capacity of 10 people. Okay. That's kind of probably the best we can do, just to kind of stay safe, So it's working, it's still not the same. It's working. People want to get out so that they miss certain things,
Yep. And I can imagine that has to be a challenge because you want to get back into the swing of things and get events going, just like the same way we want to get events going, but like you said, you don't want to be a host of you don't want a breakout to start at and
it can trace back here. We have remote tracing now, and it get traced back again. It's like, damn, wasn't listening. Even if we would travel to have the events, because we need to travel to have the events to make that income. We can't do that because we don't want to do that.
That's why I was like, we can do things and just forget the rules, but if I feel a lot better knowing that, okay, we follow all the guidelines, and then if something does happen, it's that was out of our control, really.
Exactly.
At that point,
don't sit there and be ignorant to it, even though it's probably some bullshit, even though it's probably some bullshit.
What about you, Eugene? Because like you said, for comedians, it's stand up. You got you need to be so. As far as tapping into new ideas, what have you tried out as for your craft?
I mean, it hurt at first. It really hurt. So I missed it. I missed the whole everything, getting up, getting ready for a show. You know what I mean? Picking out what you're gonna wear, driving to the show. I missed it all. The whole process, Brandon. I missed it. I'm like, dang, I really missed it. Got to that.
Now you missed.
Right, But then I was like, all right, I gotta do, you gotta stay sharp. And then the first few Zoom shows I did, I do 5 to 10 minute spots. I was doing the same. I'd do the same jokes and get off. And it's man, I'm not growing anymore. You know what I mean? Basically, my process, some comedians will sit and write. You know what I mean? But I worked my stuff out in front of the crowd. So I feel it's I can't do this. And so what I started was what I mentioned earlier, the stand-up comedy workshops that we've been running. We do those digitally via Zoom twice a month. It's the 2nd and 4th Saturday. And I started doing those, and eventually I was targeting people that, that weren't stand-ups. But what I found, a lot of comedians got on, and it would just be just throwing out jokes and like, let's just workshop. You know what I mean? So what we're doing now is like making them separate. So I run one for, you know, people who want to learn about comedy that's not kind of like in the circle. And then like I run like a workshop for comedians. You want to just throw stuff out, get feedback or whatever like that. So, I mean, that was like something I never thought, you know, I would want to do sitting to a screen telling my jokes to people. But, you know, if that's how you got to get the feedback and it's going to help you build the material. So that's what, you know, what we started.
Okay. Yeah. Word. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like everything has just been crazy. Like
it's wild.
Pandemic, politics, of course. Like that's a whole that's wild. That's wild. Like that's wild. And of course, you know, everything that's going on with black and brown. You know, black and brown people. We they still targeting us. Like it's still crazy. Like but it's crazy that these conversations are still like why are we still having these conversations? Like why are we still having these conversations? Like and people that's not, you know, feeling the effects of what we go through. Like how are they so numb to it? And that's a different. We could touch on that just a little bit, because that'll take that's a whole nother conversation that'll take up a lot of time. But like as black and brown creatives, and you know like during everything that's been going on, you know, with the social injustice and across the world, like has it made you feel more responsible, or like do you feel like, all right, I gotta really tap into something deeper?
Yeah, let me start that one off. This time around, like when when Floyd happened and everything, I've never been so moved to action. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've been upset before, but this time something was just different. It was like, all right, I really gotta, like you said, just do my part in this. I can't just talk about it, you know, anymore. You know what I mean? Or like say I'm outraged. I really gotta like be called to action. Like I had never even before this time went out to a protest, but like this time I been going regularly. I took my daughters out, you know what I mean, and let them like this is important.
You gotta feel it. They gotta feel it. They gotta feel the energy.
You know, they gotta feel it. So I did that, and we actually started something like you're running, Sean, with the Phil Evolu. We called it Let's Talk with my nonprofit Woke Empowerment. We did a few of those digitally right after Floyd, and it's basically just like a venting session. And it was interesting, man, because we had both sides on. We got black people, we had white people come on, we had, you know, Hispanics. It was like a really wide range of people. And it was interesting to hear, you know, from everybody and to hear from the other side. And interestingly enough, I found out, like, you know, good white people are out here, they hurting too. Like they don't, you know, the ones that get it, they get it and they feel it deep, because they have to suffer and be looked at as, you know, anything that they could do, they could possibly be racist because of, you know, the bad white people out here. And thank God we had like a lot of good like responses from white people. Like I had white people on these calls like apologize to us, like for, you know, what their people have done this 400 years of, you know, oppression. And, you know, just really, I had white people like really, like the light bulb came on, and like they got it, like on those calls, you know what I mean? And it was, you know, it was good.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We still having these. It's crazy, man. You know, anybody else y'all want to touch on that topic?
You know what? This is the other side of the fatigue that's been coming through, just between all that going on and the election and things of that nature. And that's definitely one of the things that we touch on at Renew, was just, and it's constant, you know? I think honestly, with everything that happened with the pandemic, everything that was already there has been heightened, because now everybody has the same distractions. I know for me, in fact, you know, I've been a pro wrestling fan since 2000. And so what's happened on my Twitter more so is that so many wrestlers, both in WWE or in the independent scene, showing their ass in regards to how they feel about certain things, and a lot of people clapping back like, "Oh, word, that's how you feel? I ain't working with your ass no more." So it's definitely been that type of back and forth, even in, you know, things that in avenues that you wouldn't think or you don't think about where that conversation is happening. To get it from that perspective, I've seen it. To see it where when things was going down in Chicago, in part, and how they were affected, you had nonprofits like the Poetry Foundation really show their asses like, "Oh, we stand in solidarity with y'all," and blah blah blah, like a short little 3-sentence statement. But people are looking at them like, "This you, nigga?" Because I know good and well that, one, your whole damn board is all white. Two, you don't send any of those millions of dollars you be getting from the FBI and all that towards disenfranchised poets in y'all communities. And three, anytime that you do give opportunities, it be those selected group of gatekeepers that always get those opportunities. So it's definitely shown itself in a lot of ways that don't necessarily get talked about in the mainstream. Yeah. So it's like you're always bombarded with it. And then to really see how people feel about each other just with common decency is definitely left a lot of people jaded.
Yep.
And then, like, speaking of that, Sean, how you said, you know, it's you found it in areas that you wouldn't necessarily think, you know, it would pop up, like in like the wrestling world and things like that. It really opened my eyes to there's not one facet of society that is not, like, racism is so ingrained in this country. Like, it's everywhere, from the arts, politics, law enforcement, any area you can think of. Like, your color matters. It's there.
Yeah. It's crazy. You want to touch on that, Brandon?
No.
You gonna stick it out?
I'm gonna stay out that one. I agree with the guys. That subject is kind of touchy, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It is unfortunate, but you know.
I see my homegirl, super dope R&B artist, Larayne, just jumped in. I think she's still in. Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
how y'all doing?
I'm good. I'm in 2 Zooms right now. I was like, nah, I need to pop in on this one.
Thank you for joining in. Well, we were just talking about you know, everything that's been going on this year, you know, the pandemic, politics, and especially, you know, what's been going on with what's been happening to, you know, black and brown people. You know, it's why are we still having these conversations? Why don't people seem to get it or want to get it or show no empathy towards it? So if you want to, and I asked the fellas, has it, like, throughout all this, has it, like, made you want to tap into something, like, deeper as a creative, to, like, want to do more, to want to create different, like, you know, some, like, a different type of art or whatever? Like, if you want to, you know,
write a whole dissertation on all of this right now. I think people, it's not that they don't get it. It's not beneficial to some people to act like they get it, because then that makes them responsible for their actions and their inactions. I mean, that's one.
That's one.
That's it, right?
Oh, she got a bag. She got to go in.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining in, bro.
Thanks, guys.
I think, yes, as an artist, well, as a human, everything has made me mad. I think it's not going to change, though, until the people who these crazy things have been happening to, I mean, not us individually, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
like people that look like us that have been targeted for ridiculousness until we gain resources and collectively come together to get resources and keep them. And I mean everything from what you guys are doing, collectively making a community essentially group. Like y'all are great about that with vibes. Down to property, down to money, because money is a resource. Everything until we get control of some things that we need for ourselves, stuff like that's going to keep happening. We got to figure out how we're going to do that for each other and maintain it and make it a cultural thing where it's cool to be like, yeah, I'm repping my people, and by the way, coming in my community trying to do XYZ, nah.
Not so easy. Like,
this shit's gonna keep happening. It's been happening since we got to this country. Like, why would we think it's gonna stop suddenly because like some people are waking up, or some people are getting slapped in the face, or gotten slapped in the face with the reality of the craziness that happens in this country to people that look like us. Like, that's shit ain't new.
Not new. It's not new, and it's still happening. It's still happening while all the eyes are on it, and it's still like it's still like they're not even. It's not even slowing down.
For the exact reason I just said. We don't control anything. What you gonna threaten somebody with? You got nothing.
Really?
What's the ultimatum? What's the consequence? When other communities and other people say or get mad about stuff, they can do that because they can back it up in some way, shape, or form. We'll have our resources together to be able to do that.
Yeah,
we definitely have to do more as a collective. Like we said, we got to do more to even if it's just information, passing on information to each other.
I think we should be doing that through our music.
We got to do more together. We got to do more together to, because we can really make some real strides. Like when as a unit, like that's when that's our. It's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. So, but right.
Real quickly, y'all, I gotta jump on another Zoom call, but I'm gonna catch y'all later. Hope y'all being safe. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you for jumping in.
all right.
No doubt. Peace.
Yeah, how we going? Let me transition it because it just so many things. Just
I don't know if you want me to answer the last part of this question. Maybe the last part of that question might help you transition.
Okay.
What have I felt a change in anything? I don't know if I would call it necessarily a change, because I never wanted to have my music be about anything that was like not true to me. Like, I don't sell drugs. It makes no sense for me to be rapping about that or singing about that. Like, I'm gonna sing about love. I'm gonna sing about some money. I'm gonna sing about business. I'm gonna sing about stuff like that. But it's pushed me now more than ever to talk about, or at least think about how to approach talking about resources and it being cool to have them and not clown people for it. And when I say resources is, I mean all of them that I just mentioned before. Like, I teetered with it a little bit with Move. Like, okay, people gonna fuck with it if I say something about money, so I'll be on my money. Now, if you pay attention to the verses, I'm not shitting on anybody per se. I'm just noting the fact that I care about my finances.
Yeah, which
like,
is important. It's important.
I'm making sure my bills get paid. I don't care what you're doing. You can spend all you want.
100%.
You had your bills late. Mine gonna be paid because I like a roof over my head. Like I like my car not being repoed. Like these things. And on top of this, just know I don't care what you think. I don't need your validation. Like I want to make that shit cool. Like I don't want to be talking about oh yeah, I got this, I got Gucci this, I got that. Like I could get that stuff. That's cool. They're not paying me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about me. As we find out every year when they do some stupid shit for the sake of marketing. Like, yeah, like I have so many ideas on music. I just have to flesh them out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just make it cool. Like I don't want to do it on no corny shit.
Yeah.
100%. Gotta stay like you said, it's true to yourself, true to who you are. As long as it's coming from a true space, then you know that's always the best type of art, in my opinion. Anyway, in my opinion. So, word that could have definitely. That's a lot that we could tap into. Like that conversation would be like I was telling the fellas earlier. That conversation would be so long. Like if we really like dove into it. But yeah, we've been speaking for a while, so we just gonna end it off like with. I just want to ask y'all. We can start with Eugene. Like. What you got coming up? Like what's next? What's next for Eugene T. Barnes?
Oh man. Well, Thursday I'll be in Connecticut. Thanks to Mr. Broadway Blake and Vibes in the City. Do my first live performance in since March, whenever everything shut down. I haven't been out live, so I'll be in Connecticut at Foxwoods Resort and Casino, doing an hour out there, headlining my first casino. Blake set that up. Shouts out. And then just still moving.
Just helping build bridges. My bad.
Well, you good. Still moving digitally how I can move. Check out my production company, Ezra Entertainment. We do a lot of art stuff. And then Woke Empowerment, my nonprofit. We got things going on, partnering with a couple different organizations to keep bringing you to stand-up comedy workshops and different like digital events like that.
Dope, man. Looking forward to all that.
Yes.
What about you, Larayne? What's coming up? What's the new?
I'm working on new music. Yesterday I just did I was in the studio with a bunch of friends. One of our homies is doing a project, and he wanted to do it live with a bunch of us before he leaves because he's moving. So that was such a good vibe. It's some everything that was played yesterday was amazing. So I can't wait till that project comes out. So that's that. Again, I'm working on my stuff now. I have my money vlog, whatever you want to call it, podcast thing on YouTube right now. Those up. Yeah, those are the main things right now. And seeing what else I could get my hands into.
Dope. So, Vibes in the City, about to be back in. Well, we haven't left. We just pivoted a little bit. That's a buzzword this year, right? Pivoted.
Yeah.
Everybody using that, right? Pivoted. Well, we just pivoted a little bit. And just want to, just. For me, like original content is like really important. Like that's really, really important to do right now. Like just telling our stories. But yeah, we got a bunch of things that's on the horizon. Vibes in the City, Broadway Blake. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm just like I'm really just tapping into my notebook. I'm literally just trying to. I'm emptying out everything that I wrote in there and just trying to put it in the world and, you know, see what we can do with it. I really appreciate y'all for jumping into this Zoom. Creatives creating in a crisis. It's been a crazy 2020.
Yeah.
This is part of the Newark Arts Virtual Festival. Shout out to Newark Arts. This last year was our first year being involved with them. This year is, you know, the second year. And they doing some amazing things for the creatives. For the artists, of course, you know, so definitely want to just give them a shout out. My man Eugene T. Barnes jumped in, super dope comedian. Larayne jumped in, super dope artist, R&B singer. My man Brandon Avery jumped in. He had to get out. Social tour, super dope platform that we're gonna be looking forward to continuing to build bridges with. Sean Battle jumped in, EvoluCulture, another staple in the Newark Arts culture. So, yeah, man, you know, thank y'all again. Thank y'all again. I don't talk a lot, so this was kind of like new for me. This was kind of new, weird, a little awkward, but you know, hey, man,
you got it.
Just trying to figure it all out at the same time, you know, all in one motion, but. You know,
Yeah,
people,
you got it.
I really appreciate y'all though.
Dope, man. Proud of you. Thanks for putting this on. This was dope.
Thank you, man.